When people hear I don't give my kid an allowance, they look at me like I'm the bad guy. But here's the truth. It's not about being strict. It's about setting them up for lifelong financial success. As a financial coach and parent, I've actually seen allowances create bad financial habits in teens. So I replace that with a system that teaches real world skills they'll actually need to use. And an expert insight, Robert Lebeer, author of Opposite of Spoiled, says allowance is not a salary for chores, it's a tool for teaching kids how to manage money. The problem is, most families skip the teaching part. In this video, I'll show you why no allowance approach can be better and the exact system I've used to instead teach my kids the value of money without them feeling deprived. Let's get into it. All right, this one should be interesting because it kind of goes against what I think a lot of parents believe and definitely what a lot of parents do. So, I will give you 3 reasons why giving allowance is not the best option and alternatives for those options. So, reason number 1, all right, free money. So, allowance teaches kids that money is free, that they'll start to believe that it's infinite, they'll start to expect it, and they'll be upset when they don't get it, even if they did nothing to deserve it, right? All not good mindsets to have, especially in your teenage years and especially going into adulthood. So, how do we get them out of that? Something I've done is I tie money to value creation. Value creation is humongous, especially even for adults, right? If you decide to get into entrepreneurial space or you're trying to move up in work, the way you actually do it is not by doing mundane tasks, is by creating value. You want to create value for your boss, you want to create value for other people. You need to create value for people outside of yourself. And the more value you create, the more money you'll start to receive because you're creating value for people and people pay for value. So, how do we do this for a teenager? You can have your kids earn money for meaningful contributions to the family, right? So maybe they're going to organize, maybe you guys are going to have a garage sale, but your teen is the one that goes out there, organizes the tables, sets them up in a, specific order based on price, makes the price tags for them, things like that. What I wouldn't suggest paying them for is doing really basic things like cleaning their room. That's their room. They should not be paid for cleaning their room. They're not going to be paid for cleaning their room when they're an adult. But if they go and organize, I don't know, something for their boss, or they're the ones who set up, the big meeting for the merger or something like that, they might be compensated for that, right? Because that's doing something that someone else values. You have to do things outside of yourself to help others. Those are the things that should be paid for. And if they start to get that inside of their mental instead of, oh, I just get money every week for doing nothing or for cleaning myself or cleaning my own room, that's just not really a good precedence to say. All right. So, number 2, it doesn't teach budgeting skills naturally, right? Budget skill. Oop. Right? Because it's not helping with their budgeting skills. Allowance often comes without guidance on saving, spending, or giving. It's just here's some money, leave me alone, right? It's not, we should do more as parents to teach lessons. So, what you could do instead is every earning opportunity is split, part to spending, part to saving, and part to giving. We track it together so we see how the money grows, right? So maybe you tell your kid that you're going to give them $50. Okay. All right. You're getting this $50. It's your $50, but you're not going to spend all $50 of that. You can spend 25 of it on whatever you want. 15 of it is going into a savings account, and the other 10, you pick somewhere to give it away, whether it be at church, whether it be some homeless man on the street, whether it be to buy somebody, behind you a meal. Pick somewhere else to get. I'm the one to give you the money. I decide what you're going to do with it, right? So here's the $50. Go crazy with 25. Take 15 of it, put it into this high yield savings account, and the other 10, let's go do something good for somebody else with it. All right. It's teaching good lessons, right? All right. And number three, it misses real world connection like that. It's not setting them up to be in the real world. In life, you don't get paid for existing. We're not going to get into federal aid, but you don't get paid for existing. You get paid for results, right? So, what you could do instead is run a money mini economy project at home, right? You may have seen this on the internet a few times. Like you can resell old clothes online, help with a rental property, or do some neighborhood services, right? Yes, I'm reading off my list, so I don't forget what I'm talking about. But what I've done in my household, I have Mammoth Money T-shirts, right? And I bought 100 of them. I was selling them. And I was like, my son, he kept asking me for money. So I was like, you know what? Sell some of these t-shirts. And to entice him even more, I was like, all right, if you sell 10 t-shirts, I'll double, I'm like, I'll give you $5 for every t-shirt you sell. But if you sell 10 in one day, right, showing that you're a good worker and you're providing me a lot of value by helping me sell these shirts, I'll double what you made. So if he sells 10, you would get, $50, right? That's how that works. 10 times five. You get $50. But since you sold 10 in one day, I'll double that and I'll give you $100. So things like that, things to where your child is helping either you or somebody else, go cut all these yards, get that money. Or, hey, you have all this nice stuff that you don't use anymore. Let's jump online, figure out how to, set up an online store. Honestly, what's that site? Facebook Marketplace is super easy to set up. You just jump on there, take a picture, and make a description. You can sell whatever you want. So these are just things to think about, things you can do with your child to help them make a couple extra dollars, right? And all of these things are ways for them to have money, right? So they're not feeling deprived, like, man, my parent never helps me get any money at all. But you're teaching them real world skills that just, oh, it's going to help them so much, way more than you just giving them random money that they don't know what to do with, or they don't know why they received it. They're just getting it and then getting thrown into the real world where no one's giving them random money anymore. All right. So that's about it. If you have any questions or you have things that you do with your child, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Outside of that, join Mammoth Money Academy. There's a bunch of us parents that are trading these little secrets and different techniques on what we're doing to help our kids value money more and be very, very successful when they become adults and move out on their own. So click the link in the description. Come holler at us. See you in the next one.